Hey there. Hey, I'm Jeffrey with Basecamp Custom Vans. Yeah, we're selling this. We're gonna do an overview of this amazing installation here that we have available. Gosh, this is a there's this is just not only the best installation, but at a fraction of the cost for what the options are. So what are we dealing with? Thinsulate and Havelock wool are the two products that you would you'll find most people discussing when it comes to insulation as the best choices. A lot of that has to do with them not being able to mold. What's it called? Hydrophobic. Um, no water retention means with Thinsulate and with Havelock wool, you'll have won't risk of mold or mildew or any problems that you might have with the condensation that happens in these fans. So this is some Thinsulate, and we'll do some comparing to the insulation. I don't have any of the Havelock wool on hand, but it's basically this this synthetic down that we have is it's kind of the best of both of those materials of the wool and this Thinsulate. So this is a synthetic down. We have acquired this from sleeping bag manufacturer. These folks make sleeping bags for Arctic expeditions and the military and so forth. They're sold not in REI, I guess is what I'm saying. What we have here are remnants. And so what you'll see is like, it's not like perfect. When you buy some Thinsulate, it comes like, on these perfect, on a roll. They sell it by the linear feet. And, it comes in on these rolls. The Havelock wool will come on, the bags will have like 20 bats of insulation of batting that are all very symmetrical and perfect. So we're going to break these down. We had to commit to a whole bunch of this to do what we're doing to be able to get this stuff. It's basically the remnants from them cutting the bags out, right? So you'll see this piece I have out. It's a big wide. It goes, narrows out. So we're going to process this, chop it down. The bags will be full of processed pieces that are in 1 and 2 foot lengths that you can just stuff into places. So I have stuffed this van, not stuffed like packed tight like a snowball. It's this big fluffy amazing insulation. So it's a synthetic down, but check this out. It's twice as much as the Thinsulate. So Thinsulate is a 1.75 inches is the most you could say that this is. Okay. And this is, a great insulation, and it comes on the rolls 50 inches wide or something. And then you buy it by the linear foot. And so if you could just buy endless amount, if you could have bales of it, you could pack it in here like this. And you would want to, if you're using Thinsulate, because look how thin it is. It's an inch, 1.75 thick. This is, let me fluff it up to give it a fair like warning. It packs down as soon as you put it into a wall. It flattens out a little bit. Everything will. So, but look, it's twice as, this is 3.5. Where did my tape measure go? Stuff's like 3.5, 4 inches high. So it's almost twice as high. Look, it's almost 4 inches. This Thinsulate is 1.7. So let's give the Thinsulate on a good day. It's 2 inches thick. This stuff's, same quality of insulation and twice as much of it per linear foot of what we're doing here. So then there's that. What happens with this Thinsulate? Doing this on the fly here. I just want to give a real world, like, here's what's going on. I'm doing this right now because the last piece of wall is about to go up, and then I'll have all these walls covered, and I wanted to use the demonstration of like how it works in the cavities. So when you get your Thinsulate by the roll, you have this big project on your hand because you then have to start cutting it out, and you cut out your pieces to be perfectly placed in each little place. And you have this, set the setup time for just cutting it out is one thing. And then you install it. It's recommended to install because of the nature of it to use 3M adhesive. So you get this toxic adhesive spray at $13 a can. So you need a few of those. On top of the $400 worth of insulation, This van, a 144 like this one, they recommend 50 linear feet to cover the 300 square feet in here of wall and ceiling. So that means you buy, it's very expensive. It's $400. So you start using every last square piece of it, right? And what happens is, so look, here's what we have. This coming right out to the wood furring, to where the wall panels are going to this thing will be packed so quiet, so nice. So I'll pull all of this out, which filled that cavity, right? And put some Thinsulate in there. Here's what happens with Thinsulate. You spray adhesive it up there, and oops, I'm doing this with one hand. So you see, you put your Thinsulate in, and you've got your 2 inches of Thinsulate that will cover this whole panel, but it certainly doesn't by any means like fill the cavity. You just have a layer. It's kind of like, you spend $400 and then you have to meticulously cut out each piece precise for each square it's going into. It's the same with the ceiling. The ceiling will have space between the ceiling joists. So, you cut each thing out and you spray adhesive it up. Hopefully use a respirator, safety first, but because that stuff is nasty. Breathing in spray adhesive. Gosh, neurotoxins are my enemy. Working in this business, building vans, we're exposed to all this crazy stuff. So I think about it maybe more than, and so I'm just pointing it out. So look, I just packed all insulation. Now this is 4 inches deep of from the edge of the wood furring into the panel and all the way through the whole van. You've got like 4 inches of wall. So your 2 inches of Thinsulate, got you halfway covered. This insulation we're selling, I'm just calling it synthetic down. It doesn't have a name brand. This has a nice, it does have a scrim on it, a utility cloth on the back like Thinsulate. And so we just get this, we put the wood furring up to frame things out. We put our wall board up, and this is just stuff 4 inches deep, right? Same within the ceiling. I'll show you I'm starting to repeat myself, but the ceiling is packed. So it's not only is it super insulated, but it's super quiet in here. We tested this out first before committing to it like we did, where this black Sprinter that I had over the winter, we have a ski pass. We test all this stuff out and design and develop it here outside of Aspen, Colorado. So we're in the Colorado Rockies. We have a ski pass that we can buy where we can go to like 10 ski areas that are around here. And so I would like to go drive out there the night before so that I could wake up there in the parking lot, wake up at the space instead of driving for an hour and a half or something. So I would wake up at the parking lot and just jump out and be able to freshen up and hit the slopes right away. Well, when I'd get there the night before, every time, like especially up in Summit County at the coldest places like Copper Mountain, Breckenridge and so forth, those Summit County ski areas, we would have, it'd be like -5. Time and time again, it'd be like -4 as I'm getting there, and then I park as -5. Like, good Lord, it was always 0 and below. And so we tested this out. We had not only the warmest, coziest van, but people would be parking around us in the morning. It was so quiet, I didn't even notice. You can see, we packed the doors and everything. So our kit, so quiet and cozy. Quiet and cozy, that's what we're calling it. I just came up with that. Thanks for checking this out. We've got the best insulation that's available, and it's for a fraction of the cost. That's the long and short of it. And if you're excited to try this out, but you still have questions, just reach out. All I do is think and talk about vans all day long. So I'd love to talk to you anytime. And thanks for checking us out, and talk to you soon. Have fun.